Nigerians have distinguished themselves in sports, arts, medicine, and academics all over the world. This nation of 220 million people, of which more than 70% of them are young, is a potpourri of creativity, innovation, and more. However, like many other nations, Nigeria has her own fair share of challenges, and top on the list is youth unemployment. There is a rising disturbing trend that threatens the fabric of society. In recent times, ritual killings have added an ugly twist to the story of a nation already grappling with numerous security challenges. In Ogun State, southwestern Nigeria, on the 4th of February 2022, 4 young men between the ages of 18 and 20 were charged with the murder of 20-year-old Sofiat. Sofiat had been dating one of the young men and had unsuspectingly walked into an ambush where she was killed and her body dismembered for ritual purposes. Ritual killings predate ancient civilizations, and although it is thought to have faded with modern civilization and westernization, it appears to have returned with a full swing. The gravity of this disturbing trend necessitated the matter to be tabled at the floor of the National Assembly, where the lawmakers debated on it and urged the federal government to declare a state of emergency on this security menace. In a recent interview with the Commissioner of Police for Ogun State, he shares details about the recent ritual killings that happened in his state and other ideas, particularly on community policing.
Nigeria, are you feeling lucky? Then get ready to win loads of money and prizes in the biggest game show set to hit your screen. By Communications presents the Wheel of Luck Game Show. Where with 500 naira, yes, 500 naira, one lucky person will win millions in cash. To participate, buy a ticket, attend the live event, participate in the games, and with some luck, you could be walking home with 2 million naira. Yes, 2 million naira cash. Everyone is a winner, as participating audience also go home with cash and gift prizes. Tickets cost 500 naira only and can be bought at www.wheelofluckng.com and accredited agents all over Nigeria. For further information, please visit www.wheelofluckng.com or the contacts below.
That particular incident that involved 4 young men, the oldest of them was only 20 years old. The ages range between 17 and 20 was as shocking as one could say. The background to the whole scenario starts with the relationship that we have fostered with the community. And that is by telling them that when you see something, you say something. So a distress call came to the divisional police officer in charge of that area, specifically at Adonti Division, that the community noticed or perceived what they call an offensive odor coming from a particular place where some young men were burning an item. And when the police went there, they discovered that this particular thing was the head of a human being. And that actually called for investigation. And that was where the police took it from there. One thing led to the other, and it was discovered that the particular person was a female who was actually the girlfriend to one of these boys. And I believe it was the relationship between the victim and the boyfriend that actually made her to visit him on that particular day. And the rest is history. 3 of them were actually apprehended at the scene because at that time, the community made sure that they did not escape until the arrival of the police. The 4th one who escaped from the scene was eventually traced and arrested by men of the Nigerian Police Ogun State Command. The bottom line of what they thought they were doing was to make money. I have not been able to ascertain that there's any means of ritual that can make you to be rich. The young ones, particularly those who think, yes, that are shortcut of making money, should be made to understand this, that it is not the way to go about looking for money. They have been made to believe in the content of what they read in social media, as well as what they have seen in movies, that it's possible for you to become rich through ritual killing. In some other instances, we have traced herbalists who have been instrumental to some of these heinous crimes by saying, go and bring one part of the body, bring the head, and all sorts of things. These have always been treated as criminals, which they actually are, because they fall under the categories of principal offenders under the criminal code.
The job of policing is for all. We're in the era of community policing, where we want to partner with every member of the society in helping us, giving us credible and reliable information that will help us in effectively discharging our duties. I equally enjoin the youths to shun all vices that would jeopardize their future. Keep watching Crime Fighters, the police, and you.
Community policing and response time are corollary. If you are on the same page as a law enforcement officer with your community, there's tendency that as soon as an incident is happening, in real time, you have that information. And that will assist you in shortening the time of, your response time. How do I mean? The Nigerian police, under the able leadership of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Alkali Baba Usman, FDC, MPN, has been advocating for strengthening community policing, and which has been is being implemented to the fullest. I can speak for Ogun State Command that it has been very, very germane in our security architecture. We try to get close, very close to the community, and that has assisted us in getting the needed information at the appropriate time. As soon as that incident was happening, the community was getting in touch with the police, and because they know that the police will respond promptly to that call, they stood there until when the police came. It's just an instance of so many community partnership that we have enjoyed in this state. And that has really assisted us in responding promptly to incidents of crime. Trust is very, very germane in community policing. And how do you build this trust? By ensuring that the community has confidence in you, by ensuring that we are fair and just to all the members of the community, that you ensure that offenders are punished through the instrumentality of the law. So the community will see you as a worthy ally, and that is what we have been doing in Ogun State Command. We have been able to gain the confidence of the public by responding swiftly to their calls, by ensuring that rule of law is observed, and in addition to that, by making sure that we arrange before competent courts offenders that have been investigated and found culpable of certain crimes. So the public will say, oh, police will come, they will do a thorough investigation and ensure that offenders are brought to book. That has really assisted us in gaining the trust and confidence of the public. A crime will be a crime. Ritual killing under the law is murder. And that's why it should be of concern to everybody. The term ritual killing, as sordid as it sounds, is also a capital offense under our statute, and it carries the capital punishment. Well, I must make this, those boys that you consider to be young, under the law, they have criminal liability. It's only somebody who is below the age of 7 that you can say is not criminally liable to an offense. And there are procedures for dealing with all situations, especially if you are under the law criminally liable. And we have followed that procedure. If an arm of government is viewing incidents of ritual killing as worrisome, I personally do not think it's out of place. Because the business of any government is the welfare of the people. And anything that is inimical to the welfare of the people should be viewed seriously. So in this instance, if the issue of ritual killing is on the rise, I believe it is the duty of all well-meaning persons in the society to be worried. So definitely I am worried. Ogun State Command is worried, and I believe every other person is worried. And that is why we are doing everything to ensure that we stem the tide of this particular crime.
In the light of current events, this week on Crime Fighters, we revisit Blind Trust, the story of Favour, a theatre arts final year student who met her untimely death in the hands of her trusted friend Oladele Dale.
The tension I gave Olusegun, that you should just try and please, you should just try and help my parents. In any means, you should just please, you should help my parents. So we decided that, okay, he said, that he has a solution, but he has never tried it for anybody before. But the person that gave him, make him realize that there will surely be a solution. And I said, because of the eagerness that was in me then, that solution, in all means there should be solution. So he made mention of it has to do with human flesh. My dad has been facing some challenges at work, whereby he can work for 2-3 years. For the next 1 year, 2 years, there will not be work. My mom will be the one to feed the family, to cater for me, and cater for my dad. So as I'm growing, I'm looking at the challenges of the family, like, why is it my mother always? Something is wrong somewhere. My mom was working at a place too. She was also sacked. My mom, after losing his job, he also tried the paperwork, which I'm always helping her to cut paper, to form out design and all that. But at the long run, that also ceased. Feeding was very, very difficult. I met Olusegun through my dad junior sister some years ago. So I see that the man do encourage me, pray for me, go to mountains together to pray and all that. So my mom and my dad knew Olusegun through me. I've seen him as my spiritual father. So my parents tried to talk to him about breakthrough and all that, because my mom and my dad, we moved down to Ikoile December 6, 2019. That happens to be on Friday. When we get there, we had vigil at our first night. After the vigil, my parents went back to the hotel. We were there, and me and Olusegun, we talked that they have to help my family. In all ways, they must help my family. Had it been I knew then that there's no shortcut to success, I won't force myself into what I finally found myself. So it was only me and Olusegun that knew what we want to do. My parents did not know anything about it. What made me want to help my parents is that our financial status was not okay, and my mom I believe that, okay, this man should do something, because even people he has been praying for, one way or the other, they will come, they'll share testimony, not that kind of big testimony, but if people that are selling pepper, farmers, are coming saying, Father Lord, we thank you. So I believe you should be able to do something to my parents to help them. So the tension I gave Olusegun, that you should just try and please, you should just try and help my parents. In any means, you should just please, you should help my parents. So we decided that, okay, he said, that he has a solution, but he has never tried it for anybody before. And I said, because of the eagerness that was in me then. So he made mention of it has to do with human flesh. I was shocked. I said, how did you now want to get it? I said he has not tried it before. He does not know where to get the flesh from. He does not know anything. I was now like, what is going to happen? But because of the eagerness that was in me then, that I shall want to help my parents, I want them to succeed. That was what made me Like when he said it, I supported it. I called Shion, the dead lady now. I called her on the 8th, that she come and meet me at Ikoile. She asked me how will she get there. I told her how she's going to get there. And when she gets to Ikoyi Junction, she should call me. Then she called me. Then when she called me, I asked her to take a bike, going to Fortress Hotel. Then when she gets to Fortress Hotel, we meet, we talk, and sincerely speaking that day, when she came around, she was complaining that she's tired, that she needs to rest. But I lied to Shion that I should come and meet one of my dad's elder brother. I lied to Shion. She said that she's tired. I said we should go first. And when we come back, she's going to relax. On getting to the church that day, we met Wole Segun at the front of the church, because there's a tree at the front of the church where we do sit and all that. We met Wole Segun at the front of the church, so we sat. She was disturbing me, like he wanted to relax and all that. So Wole Segun also had that day, so he asked me to go and take clothes from, because I'm used to the family. Say I should go inside. It's inside the church too, but they just demarcate the church as a room. So I went there, I picked a wrapper, then I spread it down for Shion. So when I spread it down for Shion, Shion lie down on it. We start talking. I get to know that she's fast asleep, and I took mortar pistol. Then I hit it on Shion's head. So when I hit it on Shion's head, Wole Segun then cut the head, the 2 hands, removed the heart, and some flesh from the leg. The day my mom ate the local concussion, he had a dream before that day that he killed a sheep. He prepared food for people at the dream, and he shared it to people, and people start praying. So Wole Segun said, that means, does he have anybody, and does she have any dead person? And she said yes. Who? He said, my mom said her mom is late and her sister is late. Then he said, you need to do Yoruba call it Sarah. So we went to buy the goat. After getting the goat, my mom still saw the goat. My mom saw the goat. She prayed with the goat and everything, and we killed the goat. We prepared amala and everything that day, and people we never expected were just coming into the church that day. They eat, and people were praying for my mom. So from my mom's belief was that it was the goat meat she was eating, not knowing it was human beings' meat. So the secret remains between only me and Wole Segun. So the head, the 2 breasts, the 2 arms, and the flesh was burned into ashes and was divided into 3. Part was used for the local concussion, part for the soap, and the flesh that was removed from Shion's leg. And the remaining part was used for sacrifice, which I was the one that carried the sacrifice for my parents. They did not know. And what the sacrifice entails was chicken, hen, pap, and bitter kola. So we did all that, and I was about leaving his place on the 24th, because my mom talked already that we do go to Ibadan for Christmas, that we should meet at Ibadan. So I was at the Paga to withdraw money. That was where I was caught.
Crime does not pay, because one day, you will pay for whatever you have done. The day of reckoning will come, and you are going to regret your actions.
Greed and an insatiable quest for money are the leading causes of these spine-chilling crimes that seem to target women and are committed in cold blood with full intent carried out by regular people who could be your neighbor, friend, colleague at work, or even family.
Whatever you need, yeah. Download the MPF mobile app on your phone, whether Android or iOS.
Bank the easy and secure way with MPF Microfinance Bank. You can now open a secure account in 2 minutes, pay bills, deposit and withdraw cash, buy airtime and transfer funds. Enjoy access to loans up to 2 million naira and above for businesses and salary earners at low interest rates. Also, enjoy high interest rates on savings accounts and salary advance for salary accounts. These services are also made available by our Better Money agents. Download the MPF Microfinance Bank app from Apple or Google Play Store. Open your secure account and start banking the easy way. NPF Microfinance Bank, making life better for all.